What's going on, you guys, man? Welcome to another episode of Winning in Life. Got my co-host Nishan with me.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
It's your boy Caleb, and we got a phenomenal special guest, Big Money Bent.
Oh, real talk. All the way from maybe 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Man, this man flew from Dubai. We flew him out.
Man, this man had a whole entourage of people, man.
Oh, man, he got security
10
around
staff,
him.
bro.
You guys are
Yeah, bro.
hilarious.
Crazy,
You guys are
man. But they
hilarious.
got guns too, man.
Man, we did enough.
You guys, when I'm moving like the mob now or something?
Hey, the Jamaican mob.
The Jamaican mob?
Yo.
Hey, enough talking about him. Why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do? What's your social security?
Real talk.
Your home address,
Bank account number.
your bank account number, and your insurance policy.
My
Any
insurance
birthmarks? Any birthmarks?
Yeah.
We don't want to see that.
Nah.
It could just be on his back. It don't gotta be on his balls or something like that.
All right,
Whoa.
we're going out of pocket. Pause. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Lending Ben, also known as Anthony. I am a loan officer for QC Lending, and I help people obtain mortgages for real estate.
Okay.
Nice.
For the people who don't know what a loan officer is, can you please explain to them what a loan officer is and what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, so a loan officer is a person that pretty much gathers information from someone that's purchasing a property, and then we package your situation or your loan together so we can help you obtain a mortgage so you qualify to purchase real estate. So if it's your primary, secondary, or investment property, that's pretty much what we do. We just help people obtain a mortgage.
So that's why they call you Big Money Bent, man. That sounds like you taking care of it, bro.
I mean, it's a good career.
Yeah, man. Like the top celebrities I know, I think didn't Tom Brady come to you to get a house down here?
You know, if Tom Brady is looking for a house, Tom Brady could definitely reach out to me. I'm here. I got him if he needs me.
Right.
You know, any athlete, celebrities, you know, I'm here. Florida, come holler at me.
Come holler at you.
Yeah.
Real quick though, shout out to my assistant in the background, Raphael.
This guy.
He's working for the free.
He's also been on the podcast.
Yes,
speaking
yes.
facts, man. Keep up the failure, man.
Keep up
Still
the
remember that.
failure. Hey,
bro.
that was one of the
Facts,
best lines
bro.
we had on the podcast.
Real talk, bro.
Keep up the
Real
failure
talk, bro.
and
That
get
was
back
so
up,
hard.
boy. Get
That was
back
so
up.
hard, bro. That was so
Yes,
hard.
sir, man. Hey, man. I already asked all my questions. I'm done. Podcast. Go ahead, bro.
You guys are crazy.
Oh man. Mr. Anthony. So, what would you say is the 3 pillars that every man should have by the time that they're 30 years old?
Dang, that's a good one. That's a good
At
question.
30 years old, I mean, that's a really good question. I'm not at 30 yet, but I would say, I think one of the 3 pillars I would say is probably, you know, just making sure you find something that you love to do in life and you enjoy life. I would say that's 1. 2, that's a good question, man. I would say definitely just try to be around people that are positive and that are doing also good things in their life so that you can just get that energy from them and keep striving. And then another pillar, 3rd one, I would say, just enjoy life. Like, life is just very short and you just gotta enjoy it because you never know when, like, not to go down that route, but you never know when your last day is. So just enjoy it and, you know, just make memories of life. That's what I would say before you get to 30.
So you
Or
said
be just in life in general.
You said the first one was do something that you love.
Yeah, do something you love.
And the second one was
Be surrounded by positive
Yeah,
people.
like positive people that are like also doing like great things. Like you guys got your things going on, so I like kicking it with you guys because you guys have a podcast and I'm constantly learning from just what you guys do. So, I mean, just being around people that are doing things that are different is something that I would say try to like surround yourself around people like that. And then 3rd one, just enjoy life. Like you got to. We're all here on borrowed time, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, God's borrowed time.
But,
That's crazy.
Responsibly enjoy life.
Yeah, like I'm not saying, you know, go swim with sharks unless you're into that, but
Taking all sorts of lines of certain things. You know,
I don't know. What are the certain thing? Lines of what?
lines. You know,
What does that mean?
of sugar.
Ah, is it white?
Anyway. But I want to know what do you think about that, bro? What would you say the 3 pillars every man should have by
First of all,
the
I'd like
time?
to say that what he said was like garbage. No kidding.
Hey. I thought I was speaking some facts right now.
Yo,
That was unexpected. Hey. Welcome to Winning Life, baby. We have fun here.
Yes, sir.
I was about to say,
No,
damn.
no, real talk.
Bruh.
That's so good. Like, dang. We're gonna run it through it again. You know, number one is
I know. I keep forgetting it too. He said, "Enjoy,
enjoy what you
love."
do.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
So like, a lot of times, like, a lot of reasons we don't enjoy the process that we go through in life is because we're not progressing in life. We're stuck in where we at. So it's hard to enjoy your life when you're not doing anything you want to do and you're regressing. I always say there's no such thing as being stagnant. By default, if you're not progressing in life, you're regressing.
No, you're getting
There's no
worse.
such thing as staying in place.
Yeah.
So you're just getting worse by the day. But at the same time, I think at a point in life, we have to do things that we don't enjoy to get to where we at.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like sometimes like, you know, enjoy what you do. Sometimes you gotta do what we gotta do to provide or to make money. In the meanwhile, you know, but a lot of people want to skip that step of doing what they should do just to get to doing what they want to do. But just because you want to do what you want to do doesn't mean that you can't skip what you should do. And a lot of people skip what they should do, thinking they can get to where they want to do. what
That's
they want to
hard.
do.
That's hard, bro. I just want to cut in real quick.
Mhm.
We had a coworker, and for the most part, he was full of crap. You know, I mean, he was 50 years old and he's working with us. Talking about Alan, bro. And
Hey, name dropping.
anyway, but there's one good thing that he said that he told me because I was in school and things like that at the time. He was like, "Do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do."
Dang.
And I was like, "All right, you know, he got some facts like that."
Dang,
Makes sense.
that's so real, bro.
So that's essentially what you were saying.
Wow.
You know,
I love that. And then the second one was being surrounded by great people.
Yeah, like great people, positive people.
Great, positive people. All right. No homo. The first day I met you, no homo. I'm like, all right, this is a cool dude. You know, I'm like,
when you first started, something with no homo, I'd be like,
You know, you don't know what's
No.
what's gonna come after that.
yeah.
wait, that's not even homo at all. You were a cool dude. I was like, all right, man.
How was that?
I think if you just said that, then you know. But you said no homo. I'm
Yeah.
Because,
like,
you know, it started to sound like love at first. Never mind.
Whoa.
You
See,
started-
Now we didn't even think that. Now it's coming out, bro. We
No.
support you, bro.
hey, yo.
No, I strictly love women. As many of you do know, I love women.
Yes, you do.
No, but I was like, real talk. We've been kicking it since the college days.
Yeah.
Right? It's just community college, you know.
Yeah.
And you've been part of my clique now. You're part of my crew.
Collect.
You on one.
Today he's been on one all day.
Bro, feeling good, man, bro. Feeling good, man. Just saying, man.
Part of my squad. He's part of our squad. You know what I mean? He's part of our squad. He's part of our squad. So like, there's a reason he's part of our squad because I just don't hang out with everybody. If you don't have a future, why you hang out with me? Why would I want to hang out with you?
Wow.
You know what I mean? And you are really who you hang out with. If you hang out with 5 billionaires, you're gonna be the 6th one. And then there was this one guy. He used to be a really good friend. I ain't gonna name drop him.
Oh my gosh,
You know-
bro. Cut out the names.
But, you know, he ain't my friend no more, you know, because, you know, he's not progressing in life and I can't save everybody. And I kept trying to be like, hey, bro, I kept trying to help him too. And then he just so hard-headed. He wouldn't listen to me. I was like, all right, bro. And then I remember we were having a conversation. I was like, bro, you got to hang out with the good people. And he was like, nah, I can be a light to them. And no, I can hang out who I want to be. I can hang out with gangsters and be a light with them. I'm like, bro.
That's what he told you?
Yeah, he told me that. I'm like, bro, no. And then he was like, hey, man, you know, I was like, I gave him an example. I was like, if you're on a diet and you know you shouldn't be at McDonald's,
Right.
Why are you gonna put yourself in that situation?
No.
And he was telling me, oh, he can still go. The real strength is going to McDonald's knowing you shouldn't be there. I was like, why would you even put yourself in that predicament? You know what I mean? And then that theory was just like, I'm like, yeah, you know, like God, he hung out with those people. Well,
Right.
it's different between hanging out every day and just like being a light to them. Because you can be a light from them distant, but God wasn't. That wasn't his best buddies. He had
Right,
disciples.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But he was being a light to them. He wasn't like kicking it with them like every day, man. You know, this could think of
You know, he wouldn't do that.
Exactly. So that's my perspective on that point. And then your last point was enjoy life.
Enjoy life. Yeah.
That's pretty much said. Just
I
enjoy
mean, you
life.
gotta enjoy it. Like I said, like you're on borrowed time here. You just gotta enjoy it.
Real talk, man.
What do you think about those points?
Um,
Or anything else you want to add?
I'll probably say it differently. Like I would compartmentalize it in like three things. Like, you know, there's parts of a man's life where, you know, physical, financial, mental, spiritual. So I kind of group it into those things. Though I don't know if I could group it into three, just because mental, emotional, and spiritual, I think, are important. But I definitely say the financial for sure. Like you need to have some sort of financial stability where you can take care of yourself and hopefully take care of, you know, family members, one other person, maybe, you know, your wife or whatever.
Let me add on to that real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta say this, a disclaimer. Hey, as a guy, if you ain't got your finance together, stop. Please, stop chasing tail.
Bro, like every time, bro, like I be talking to Caleb and he'll say something like I just haven't heard in a while, and it's just so hilarious to me, man. Like, bro, we're like, I remember like one time, like he hasn't said like box, and then one time he said box. I'm like, bro, that's just freaking hilarious, bro. Or tail, bro. That's
Like, bro,
to me,
like you ain't got your bag together, but you have so much time to be chasing. Chasing, okay? To be chasing what you shouldn't be chasing. Yeah, but real talk, man.
Nah,
Focus on your God-given purpose on this earth,
Yeah.
and then everything will come in line.
So I think by 30 is more than enough time to, you know, get yourself together. But even if you don't have that, you know, you can always turn around. But for the most part, 30 should be definitely a good age. Even if you screwed around for like half of your 20s, you should still have enough time to like go to school, get, you know, a quick degree, and, you know, start making some money.
Facts.
But I think it's like the journey too, because I mean, like you see some CEOs right now in positions they didn't become where they're at now based on, you know, like later on in time, like in their 40s or 50s, they got to where they're at. So I mean, I think once you have some progress or some motion going on, you'll eventually get there. So it's like, I know you said 30, but
Yeah.
you know, 30, I think you should definitely have things trucking away for you. But, you know, I mean, I'm not saying you should be like a complete bum or anything. Like when you're 30, you don't have your life together at all. But then it depends on somebody's situation, you know?
Yeah. Like, I'm saying like they should have some motion by 30. Even if they're not the pinnacle, they should definitely, you know, be able to
working.
take care of-
Working on something.
Yeah.
And have a good foundation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Or
don't-
building a strong
building.
foundation.
Don't wait till you're 60 to decide.
Yeah.
Bro, your life is done,
Yeah.
bro. Your life is over, bro.
Hey, now it's time to do my foundation. You know.
Yo.
60's wild.
Hey. I remember. No, you were to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna go on my next point.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So financial definitely first, and then of course I'm gonna say the physical, because it's great to obviously be financially stable, but when you have the physical, bro, it just changes so much, bro. It opens up so many doors. You know, I could tie it in with the mental, emotional, because it just does so much for your health, for your mind, how you view yourself, for your confidence, and being in some sort of shape. Like, just be in shape. You don't got to be Michael B. Jordan. You don't got to be Brad Pitt from Fight Club. But as long as you have that shape, bro, and people don't laugh at you when you take your shirt off at the beach, then you should be fine, bro. Like, it's very, very important, man, to have some sort of shape, bro.
And when you take care of your physical, you can it helps you with all areas of your life.
Make you feel healthier.
Yeah, you work better when you take care of your physical.
Discipline.
You discipline.
Yeah.
And people see you're disciplined and they respect disciplined people.
Mm.
You know, they're like, oh, he takes care of himself.
Mm.
He's probably takes care of his finances. He probably has his life together.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is why, like, personally, you know, when I know a woman takes care of herself, I'm like, all right, you know, she's gonna be a good woman.
For sure.
Not
And
all
like,
the time, but you know.
Right. Like we know, you know, if she's a bigger woman, okay, maybe she knows how to cook, but she does know how to eat too. As long as she saves some food for me, we should be fine. But also like women that are in shape as well, you know, because I'm like, how are you supposed to take care of the kids? How are we supposed to feed the kids when you eating all the food? So it's like, come on. I'm just saying, bro. You know, that's why it's kind of like iffy. We're definitely gonna have to have some sort of diet plan. If I was, what do you want? I'm just saying, man. But you know, that's definitely a specific type of relationship. But for the most part, being physically, being physically in shape, man, it's important for men and women. But right now, you know, we're focusing more on the men. And then the last point. I might have to do 2 more points because like these are too important. I would like to say, you know, having some sort of like spiritual connection, like you know, get right with God, and
So no crystals, no astrology, stars.
preferably men should not be into that, bro. They should not be reading the tarot cards or reading. Oh, what does my sign say today? No, bro, pick up a Bible or something. Come on now. You know, say thanks for God giving you life, bro. Like, and then I definitely want to say the social, bro. Like being social, developing some sort of social skill. It doesn't. You don't gotta be, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio or, you know, these super extroverted guys, but you know how to carry a conversation, talk about yourself, talk to other people, you know, engage in something like that's
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know how to socialize with one another.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, that's like
hey, hi. You know.
And
so, yeah.
I agree with you on that. Like, definitely social skills, like knowing how to talk to people, and especially not making it all about like you. Also trying to hear that person, because like that's why we have 2 ears for a reason.
This is why.
You know, you want to listen in one mouth. You know.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the book 7 Habits of Effective People?
I listened to it. I didn't get to finish it, but
because there's one of the chapters say, "Seek to understand, seek not to be understood."
Mm.
Because a lot of times we just talk.
Yeah, and you're not listening.
You're not listening, and when you're a good communicator, you actually listen more than you talk. When you're a good communicator, because a lot of people just talk, and you don't see their point of view, and you're just like crashing.
Yeah,
your ideas are just crashing, and there's no dialogue happening. But that's
Caleb is a good listener.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I try to be a good listener too, like, because it's very important. Like, I feel like, you know how people say communication is key. I think understanding is key. Like, you have to, like, you can communicate everything, and you communicate for hours and hours and hours, but if 2 parties don't understand, then nothing has been resolved. So I think that's like important.
Understanding is key. That's good.
Yeah, if you're telling your girl like, hey, I just went out with the boys, nothing happened, and she's thinking all this crazy stuff happened, like, what? No, you know, man, and it gets into this big fight. I think like in relationships, it can, you know, really happen where like you're saying something, and the other person kind of take it in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's important for you to communicate like, hey, that's not what I meant, or, you know, what do you mean by that? Like, it seems like you're distraught about something that happened. Like, let's talk about it.
No.
So, speaking of girls, man, okay, no, so like, you know, having a good woman on your side, you know, can help you elevate as a man, right?
Yeah.
And this is our first fiancé man we have on the podcast.
Real talk,
You know what I mean?
bro. Man, getting married, man.
Yeah, congrats, my brother. Congrats.
Thank you.
Real talk, man.
So, you know, a lot of times, one of the biggest decisions in life is who you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
No.
So, what are the great qualities you would say that a man, that you looked for with your woman and that men should look for?
Okay. First, I'm gonna say I'm not a relationship coach, so this is just something that like I look into and what I thought. I mean, in my situation, I think just like my girl is just like an overall like just like great person. It may sound cliche, but she's just family oriented, and I looked at that. I'm also big on family as well, so I saw that trait in her, and that she's really just loving naturally. So I looked into that, and it's just like, I mean, like I think family is the biggest part. Like how our upbringing is, my upbringing is like it plays a role into who you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Cause I've been telling Caleb about that now. Like now, the personality, the woman matters, but now I'm looking at the family structure, bro. Cause that's really important.
And you know, one thing I always say, like, you don't only marry her, you marry her family.
We'll talk. Yeah,
you marry into her family. So like, you marry into the wrong family, and that's gonna cause chaos for your relationship.
It's uphill battle.
Uphill battle. So like, those are really good points. You have any other?
I mean, I would say like those are just like 2 points that I would say. I mean, just like trusting each other too, and like respect. Like respect is the biggest thing. Like nobody wants to be disrespected. You know, I'm pretty sure none of you guys want to be disrespected by anybody.
No.
So having someone that, you know, has those key factors and show you respect as well is a big thing. And you also give the respect to your girl or your spouse or whoever, you know, just to make sure that you guys are a team. Like at the end of the day, like if you're getting ready to marry somebody, you're taking a vow that through tough, through riches, through poor, through sick, through health, everything. So I think like this stuff to like really think about before you actually say, you know, I'm gonna put a ring on this person's hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually talking to one of my friends yesterday. I got a boy. I've been with this girl for 7 years, bro. And he was telling me like so much like really good stuff. And I'm like, sometimes I think that people are NPCs, bro. I don't know why. I just feel like most people just don't know anything about life, that they're just kind of stupid and they're just kind of robots.
Dang.
But when I talk to them, I'm like, yo, there's so much more depth to this person. You know, like they know so much more. And when he was telling me about like he knows how to keep a relationship, and like through 7 years with this person, and they're engaged right now, and he's like, yo, like you have to drop your ego like a lot, like so many times. Like you think, oh, it's fine. The last girl he was with, like he was allowed to do whatever. Because I guess, you know, like she never checked him, but the girl that he's with now is like, it's like, I don't like that. And he has to really, he can't like fake apologize. And he was just telling me so much like really deep, in-depth stuff about that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I'm not going to lie, bro. I told him, I was like, listen, I'm really selfish, bro. And like, I feel like I'm too selfish right now to get into a relationship, but it's good to know that when I do get in one, I will have to drop my ego no matter how much I want to hold on to it. And like, I don't know if that's something that you've experienced about like kind of having to drop your ego and not trying to put, you know, your business out there, you know, like that. But like, if you can, you know, just tell us what you think about that.
I mean, I think it comes down back to like respect. Like you said, like his girl told him like, hey, I don't like those things. So you gotta like understand why your partner doesn't like those things, and they, you know, your partner will tell you like, I don't like these things because of this and that and that. You just gotta respect it. Just like if you have things that you don't want your spouse to do, you know, like, hey, I don't like you doing these things because, not like I'm trying to control it or anything. It's just like you're in a situation where I think you might be endangered, or like I want the best to happen for you. Not like you call me and say, oh, like somebody set us up in a parking lot and now like my homegirls, they all ran and left me. Like, you know, it's just like you just have to, I think it comes down to respect. Like you said, definitely like bringing the ego, like taking the ego out of it, but respect is like the biggest thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Say a woman can't really love you until she respects you.
Exactly.
Wow. Respect is everything.
Respect is everything. Like, that's just me personally.
Yeah.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say, what do you think about his points? Unless you want to add more your personal experience, or
I was just gonna say that respect is so important that like it's always good to check the person when it happens, or they'll continually think that they can't disrespect you.
And don't wait to check, because a lot of times people wait so long, the relationship's already ruined. What, you waited 10 years to tell them they disrespected you?
Yeah, I think
Like,
you gotta.
They don't respect you at this point.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter if you're saying it 10 years later. It's 10 years later.
Well,
Like,
you woke up 10 years, you disrespected me.
okay.
Yeah.
And then like they just do it again.
Exactly.
That's why like communication with understanding is important. Like, if they just, like you said, like 10 years later, it's like now you're trying to check me about something. It's like, why don't you communicate that before, and then we both understand, like, okay, we're gonna stop doing this, or I'm gonna stop doing that because of this, and it makes you feel a certain way, so you understand, so you guys can like prosper and be great in your relationship, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not a relationship coach. Like, I know you guys got asking me relationship
No,
coach.
that,
Like,
we ain't gonna
yeah.
go.
But how long have you been with your girl?
I've been with my girl going on this year 13 years.
That's pretty insane, bro.
Yeah.
You might as well be a relationship coach, bro. 13 years, bro. I can't say, man. I've never had a relationship other than my family. But I've never had a relationship that's, as strong as a romantic relationship that's that long. So, like, that's pretty significant, bro. That's pretty
God bless you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, man, podcast over, bro. Thanks for
Podcast.
coming.
We touched on that a little bit. I do want to get back though. What are the processes? I don't know how much deep you can go into business within the loan thing.
Okay.
Like for someone that's looking for a house right now, for someone that needs a loan officer, like, what are the processes to,
Like, to get a house?
to get a house, whatever you can say legally, because we
Yeah.
ain't trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're
We got
definitely... Huh?
I see this calling you, snitch you.
Nah, I'm not going to say anything
Definitely
crazy,
sending this
but...
podcast to QC Lending.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I'm definitely sending it to his boss.
Oh my God.
Thinking like, why are you saying that stuff on camera? But nah, I mean, if you're in the market to buy a house right now, I would say like the biggest thing I know I hear a lot of people say is like the prices, depending on the state you're purchasing in. But like if you're in the process of obtaining a mortgage, just make sure you get everything organized. If like, for example, we're gonna need like your last 2 years of tax returns or W-2s. So make sure you have that in like a safe, organized place where you can pull that information, provide a copy, or if you can pull it online from your transcripts and stuff like that. Just have everything like that's organized for it to make it easier for you. Because I try to make the process as smooth as possible for people. Because I know that it can be stressful, but I try to make the process with less speed bumps and everybody to feel good. Like I want everybody to come to closing and feel happy and not ready to like kick me in the throat because the process has been all over the place. So I would say being organized is a big part. If one big thing I would say, if you're getting a mortgage with someone like a friend or a spouse or a partner, I would say like you guys need to sit down and have like a really good conversation about like your individual finances, because I can tell you like many times where it's awkward, at least for me as a loan officer, where like, for example, like two couples, a husband and a wife, the wife was on top of everything. And from her understanding, the husband didn't have any debt or any student loan debt or anything like that. And then when we run credit, I'm like, hey, you don't qualify. She's like, well, what are you talking about? Because I don't have any debt. I make this much. My husband makes this much. But what do you mean I don't qualify? It's like, well, your husband has a bunch of debt and he's late on a couple stuff.
Oh, no.
So it kind of hurts your situation when you're looking at a certain house or you're trying to get on a contract, especially for a house that you've been watching on the market for a while. That's why I always say, like, definitely get pre-approved first so you know what's going on, so that when you get out on the market, you know exactly what you're looking for.
So how much debt is too much debt?
I would say, like, for example, if you're looking at a house and it's a monthly payment comes out to be like $3,500, right, you're supposed to make double that. So I would say, like, some people look at it as they'll take their total income and they'll do 25% of that, and then they'll say that's what they want to spend on a monthly payment for that, like for the year when you divide it by 12, so that they feel comfortable. Some people do that. Some people go to like 40%, stuff like that. But too much debt is like if it's drowning over your income.
So if it's more than your income?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if I make $50,000 a year, but my debt is $70,000, then
I mean, yeah, unless you're gonna get someone that's gonna be on the mortgage with you. So like a lot of times, like when I see situations like that, is like people that have high student loans. So they'll have $100,000 in student loan debt, and they make, let's just say, for example, $50,000 for the year. It's tough to qualify them because with the house that they're trying to purchase, plus the debt and credit card debt and any other debt that they have, it makes it tough sometimes. Yeah.
so that's good to know. So as long as my debt's not more than how much I make a year, then for the most part, I should be able to qualify for like a house.
Yeah. So it's all gonna depend on your situation too. So yeah.
And good credit.
And good credit. Like
Right.
definitely, I would always say like take care of your credit, especially here in America, is very important. Like you take care of your credit at all costs. If you have to set stuff up for like auto pay, just do that. Because credit's gonna take you far.
So 540.
I mean, depending on your situation, like I can get you, depending on your credit, and if it's your primary home, I could get you a mortgage. You're just gonna need a larger down payment down. So like, for example, like FHA, you can go as low as a 500 credit score, but you need 10% down. So it just all depends on your situation and what we have to.
So if my credit score is 350, that's a no-go.
Yeah, that's a no go.
Damn. Nah, I'm playing. My credit score.
I was gonna say, hold on, we're on the Living Your Life
For
podcast.
real, I'm like,
Yo.
this is no Losing Your Life
350,
podcast. LIF, Losing Your Life. Oh, LIL, I mean.
Nah, bro.
Wait.
Killing knows my credit score is good, bro.
Yeah.
700s.
No.
Sure.
Yeah, always take care of your credit. Like that's the biggest thing I would say.
So you would say credit number one.
Credit's number one.
Give me the top three. You put the top three most important things for a person to have before purchasing a house.
Yes.
Credit is number one, you said.
Yeah, credit I would say is number one because it allows you to be more flexible. Like so credit, income, and then like your down payment, how much capital you have.
Okay.
I would say like credit can take you further. So like let's say you don't let's say for example you don't have a lot of capital saved up for a full down payment. If you have good credit, it allows you to look at down payment assistance programs and other programs to look into so you don't have to put as much money down. So the higher your credit, I mean, it definitely helps you, especially if you don't have as much capital to put down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you're that middle person.
Yeah.
That, I need to buy a house. I need money to borrow money from the bank.
Yeah.
And you help that person.
Yeah. You come to me and then I help put together the loan so that you can obtain a mortgage. So
Okay.
because I work for a brokerage, so it's a little bit different. Like if you go to a majority bank like Wells Fargo, Chase, they can only offer you what they have within the bank, right? So it's their terms.
Right.
So with me, I do the shopping for the person buying the property. So I'm able to use different lenders that we have, and then put together a game plan and then give you different options to choose from.
So have you heard of? I've seen like shorts and reels of it on Instagram where this guy said that you can get a private lender to buy a house for you or get money to buy a house, so you're not really using your own money, and to kind of start real estate income streams even though you're not using your own money. And then you like pay off the real estate person, pay off the bank, and then you keep like the difference from whatever the house makes. Does that make sense?
Like if you're getting it like a loan from a private lender.
Yeah, are you able to do that?
So like a private lender is a little bit different. So like private money and like a private lender is more of like people that are lending out their own money or their own capital. So with that's a little bit different. That's more when it comes into like investment properties. So if you're looking at a primary property, so there's a primary property and like a secondary property, investment properties. investment property is typically when you're going to use like a private money lender, depending on your deal and what you're looking for. But those like private money lenders are ones that are lending out their own money at a higher interest rate and their terms and stuff like that.
So you wouldn't know, like I couldn't go to you for something like that. That's not your expertise.
No, I do know some good private money lenders, so I can, depending on like an investment product that you're looking at, then I can refer you to them. We do have different products. Like if you're looking to buy an investment property, that might work a little bit better. It's more of like hard money instead of like private money. Kind of people put it in the same space as the same thing. So that's something that we can like look into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw that, it's an interesting concept to, borrow $3,000 from the private lender, pay, $2,000 to the bank, or no, borrow $3,000 from the private lender, pay $3,000 to the bank, then pay off some with the private lender, pay off some to the bank, and then keep, whatever you make from the rental property every month. That's essentially what the guy explained.
Okay, I would have to see
Instagram.
like the video on
Yeah.
Instagram, but like private, like sometimes like if people are buying like an investment property, they would get a private money lender because funding is much faster. They look at the deal and they say, okay, this is a good deal depending on what you're trying to do. If you're flipping the property and you're saying that it's going to take a certain amount of time, and that private money lender thinks that's a good deal for them, then they will lend on that, and they'll look at it and say, okay, well, we'll lend like within a week or if everything checks out. Where the traditional way, it typically takes like 30 to 45 days. It could be sooner, but that's like, it depends on the deal.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on the route that you need to go.
So,
Thank you, man.
so would you say that it's a good time to get into the market right now? At the time we're shooting this podcast?
I mean, I would say that it's always like a good time to get in the market, depending on what you're looking for. So I know like a lot of times that I hear a lot of people now saying that it's just the price, like the price of homes are too high and it's too expensive, and just the cost of living. But I would say, depending on like investors are still buying properties, they're buying in every market.
Okay.
So if you're in the market to buy a home and let's say you qualify and you can afford to purchase a home, then I would do it. Because I know some people will also say, well, the interest rate. I mean, I have no control over the interest rate, but I know once the interest rate comes down, I mean, you can always refinance your property to a lower interest rate depending on what your goal is, and
Okay.
I mean, it could work out perfect.
Got it.
Okay. That's good. I know, I think maybe it's with the interest rates, people are like, oh, you shouldn't buy a house, you should just rent, or you should, buy this rental property. I was looking at like some Reddit where they said that when the economy's good, like buy a house, and then when the economy's like not so good, like buy like an apartment complex or something like that. Because when the houses are really high, people just rent. And so whoever owns like the apartments, well, they're getting the money.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people are like, oh, the houses are down, then you own the house. Then you like keep buying houses. So then when they go find a house, like you're making money on either one. So I think that's something I might do in the future. Like maybe buy both. So no matter what the economy is, like I'll still be making money.
Yeah, because investors, like a lot of investors that I've worked with, I mean, they're constantly buying. I had a lot of investors that already held a lot of properties going into like 2021, and they just refinanced and pulled money out and was buying other properties. And then now like the interest rates are a little bit higher. They're not bad, but they're just a little bit higher than before. Then they just hold off a little bit, or they're still investing on fix and flips or buy and holds, because they know eventually once the rate comes down, they can always refi. So,
Right.
And pull the money out of that property that they invest in and cycle it again.
So I've seen, you all seen the news, like there's a shortage of houses in the United States. What does that mean? Like, how do we even get to the point where there's a shortage of homes?
Well, it's like supply and demand. So like a lot of people aren't in demand, especially because we live in Florida. It's like, I think it's like the best state.
Mm-hmm.
It's the vacation state. Everybody wants to
capping, bro.
Really?
Florida,
What's the best state?
the best state, man, got to be Georgia, bro.
Georgia.
Man, Georgia, man. Maybe North Carolina, South Carolina,
Those are nice states.
Texas. I mean, Texas is
Texas is.
it's literally just like the west version of Florida, bro, minus the beaches. You know, everybody's kind of crazy over there too.
Beaches.
Well, yeah.
There
Everybody-
it is. Ding 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 ding.
Like that's why people love Florida. It's like it has all the. It's
If you're
surrounded by
watching
water.
this and you're Rhode Island, we live where you vacation.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
live where you
guys.
vacation. So if you're
Please
looking
go
for
back
a house,
home.
come
Go
down
back
here.
home.
Well, he makes money, so you need to come down here.
Yeah,
He
come
ain't
down
making
here. Come talk to me.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
traffic is terrible. We live in Tampa right now.
Bro,
You're all so annoying with the traffic.
Man, I'm finna move to like Pensacola or something like that, bro.
Pensacola.
I mean, it's still a nice place. People vacation there too.
Yeah,
Man.
not me though.
You ever been to Pensacola?
Yeah, I have. That's why I don't go there.
Oh, dang.
Is that bad?
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but it's cool. It's just not as popping as here.
Oh yeah. I mean, Tampa does have a lot of stuff. Tampa does have quite a few.
We're growing
Quite.
too.
What?
We're growing too.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
It's gonna be like New York, bro. Florida, pretty much like New York.
It's for like Miami.
You know. Yeah. Place like Miami. You know.
Orlando.
Well, I don't know
think
if
we'll be
Orlando
like
is-
Orlando, because Orlando has a lot of tourism, like with the theme parks and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney, Universal, stuff like that.
No.
So, Anthony, what
going
made
on?
you want to get into like out of everything you could have done in your life?
Yeah.
This is a great service you are doing.
Yeah.
What made you choose to be a loan officer?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I didn't like wake up when I was young and say I want to be a loan officer when I grow up. You know, it's
Right.
definitely, I've never heard anybody.
You actually
in
the
this.
first loan officer I actually know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never met a
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we have a bad rep of like hiding, or like not being in the mix. I guess I'm like the only one that's like out in the mix.
You're out there, you're
Like,
outside.
I'm like outside, I guess. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things I wanted to do. At first, I wanted to be a pilot,
Word.
and then I realized like I
Pilot to a
can't.
loan officer.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I can't be in the sky that long.
What do you mean?
You can
Like
see,
just
you get
like just
sick.
up there flying all day.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I don't think that's something for me. And then I thought about being a lawyer.
I could see
I
that.
remember
I
you
could
told
see
me
that
that.
as a
I remember
lawyer.
you told me you wanted to be a business lawyer.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I saw like law school, and I was like,
Oh yes.
I don't know. You know, I was like, I don't know.
You gotta be
And
there for a
then-
minute, what, 7 years?
Yes.
After
it's
in your
wild.
undergrad, you gotta be there for another 7 years.
Yeah, I
And
think
then
it's
to pass the test.
yeah the
bar
bar.
exam.
Yeah,
That's
You ever
another deal.
You ever see Suits?
yeah, that's my show. I just finished it.
That's a good. I'm on the first season. I'm still on the first season, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
It's on
really good.
Netflix?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I think I watched it on Prime Video, but it might be on Netflix too.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
show.
It's a good show. They're just
Mhm.
lawyers and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
like interesting.
Yeah.
And then
And then like I was like when we were in college and I was saying I was gonna be a lawyer, I was in my tax class because I was originally also thinking of being an accountant, and then I was in my tax class and my professor was talking about real estate and like how you can lower your tax bill, and then I was like kind of want to get in like real estate investing. I was also like listening to like Bigger Pockets at the time. I was
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
kind of want to
I
get
still listen
into
to
that.
them.
Yeah, I still listen to them too. And I was like, I kind of want to get into real estate. But I knew like me personally, I didn't want to just be a real estate agent. Nothing against them. It's just, I just felt it wasn't for me.
Shady.
I wouldn't say
I'm
that.
playing,
I
bro.
wouldn't
No,
say
I'm
that. But I just thought, I wanted to get in real estate, probably like real estate investing and just do something a little bit like different. And I had a mentor that was in real estate. He's still my mentor now. He's been in business like 30 years. And I went and connected with him and told him like, hey, I'm thinking about getting in real estate. I don't want to be an agent, but I kind of want to do the number side of things.
Mm.
And then I probably asked this guy like 50 questions a day for like 3 weeks straight.
Holy crap.
And he was like, you know what? Why don't you just be a loan officer? And I didn't know what that was. So I was like, well, what is that? Like, what does that entail? Like, so he put me on game. And he told me, hey, study for the exam. Go take your national exam and get into the business. And I kind of just been stuck with this since.
Hey man,
And
that's dope, bro. When you said put you on game, I said what? No, that's good, man. That's good, bro.
So
He's like, yo, this is so funny. You crazy, bro.
So
crazy,
you, Anthony, you seem to have your life together. I respect that.
Man.
I respect you. You know, I'm proud of you as
Appreciate
a brother.
that, man.
You keep doing your
Appreciate
stuff
that, man.
for sure, man.
I'm
Keep
proud of
doing-
y'all. Y'all doing your thing.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
it, man.
thank
You inspire me every day.
Yeah.
No cap. He inspires me too every day. I talk to him
Talk,
every day.
man, bro.
And my boy Raph inspires me every day. I want to be like you when I grow
Trying
up.
to get as big as you, man. Trying to get as big as Rap.
See,
bro.
that's where it comes back to my second pillar that I was telling you about, being around good people.
Real talk.
Oh, wow.
man. Real talk.
Comes back
man.
around.
Being around good
Yeah.
people.
So, like as I was saying, you seem to have like you got a good head on your shoulders. You're doing your thing. What is your purpose? And for someone, especially a man that hasn't discovered his purpose yet, what would you say is there necessary steps he would take, he or she would take, specifically he to discover their purpose? And what is yours? And how did you discover your purpose?
I mean, for me, I would say like how I've discovered my purpose. I always had like a purpose in mind that I wanted to be able to take care of my family. So just like not just like my mom, my pops, but just like my aunts and stuff. Like I want to be able to leave Earth and have like a good legacy to leave behind. Like especially when you hear like certain names like JP Morgan. It's like you hear those names and Rockefeller and stuff like that. It's like names that you hear
Gates.
and it has Gates. Like
Right.
those names, like they hold so much weight.
And you feel like a presence, like
Yeah, you feel like a presence. Or even like if you're in a small area and you hear a certain last name, you know, okay, that family is well known for doing certain things in this area.
You
so
don't matter where you at, everybody know Ford.
exactly, like you know what I mean. Or even like a small town and like say like it's like
Nebraska.
Nebraska or something. It's like the Keller family or something.
You're right.
Or like the Williams family, and everybody in that town knows like, oh, the Williams families are like one of the most known families here, and they're doing great things. So I think like with my goal, my purpose is really just trying to like take care of my family and be there for like just having a strong last name, or like having a great name to just protect and provide for my family, I guess.
I love that.
And
That's awesome, man. I feel like, you know, that's a good purpose to have, man. Because we need leaders, man. We need fathers. America's kind of fatherless, bro. And you know,
The West is falling.
Yeah.
I mean, I know for me, like I can speak, I'm gonna be in my kids' lives, like 100%. Like that's just something in me that I'm gonna do.
Non-negotiable for me.
Yeah, it's not negotiable. Like that's a fact for me. Like
I'm probably gonna think about leaving, but you know, because I love my kids, you know, I'll probably stay.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't even have that thought. Like, I'm staying in my
Well,
kids.
you going to go get milk?
What?
You want to tell your kids, I'm going to go to the store and get milk?
That's bad, bro.
When I was talking to my boy yesterday, you know, because I was, you know, I am kind of in the selfish mode right now. Like obviously having kids is a big obligation, you know, responsibility. So after a while, you know, I'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Obviously, I can't leave. You know, I get sorry. But no, that's good. That's good, man.
So what would you say the steps are for someone that's starting in life to discover their purpose?
So, I mean, discover the purpose. I mean, I wouldn't say if it's like a direct like path to take. I mean, I think like what you were saying, like spiritual. Like I'm not trying to be a pastor right now, but I think like you definitely you definitely just gotta find like you're like in tune with your spiritual self, and then I think like God will tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what your purpose is and tell you what you should be doing. That's just my take.
What does Pastor Caleb say?
Yeah. What do you think? How do you know?
Caleb?
Minister Caleb
Yeah,
Fine.
how do you
whatever,
know?
You know.
How do you like? How would you say a guy would figure out his purpose?
That's really good what you said, the spiritual thing. There's a guy that me and him talk about all the time. We like watching stuff, Patrick Bet-David. And
Name dropping.
He's a well-known man. He's name dropping. Shout out to Patrick Bet-David. And I remember one of the things he said, like he didn't know how he could be so successful because I think he's been an atheist, and he was like, you know, there's no way he could have been where he's at without God. You know,
Yeah, that's a fact.
this is, especially when you're getting up there, you're gonna get so much attacked by the enemy, and a lot of people that have money, they're depressed. You know what I mean?
No.
They got people attacking them. They got all these things coming, and then like when you have that spiritual relationship, it keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're going to the top. And I agree with the spiritual thing, and I also agree. I also think that you should try different things.
That's where it comes back to enjoying life.
Wow.
Responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly. I'm not saying to
You was
go
gonna
out
add
and
responsi-
like max out your credit cards and do stuff you're not supposed to do, but I mean, like, I always I always tell, especially like kind of off topic or swinging to another side, but like if I have friends that are people that I'm cool with and like it's their birthday and I call them, they tell me they're not doing nothing for their birthday, I persuade them to do something for their birthday. Like do something, enjoy, like go on a little vacation or go on a cruise, do something. I told you that.
Yeah, you did.
And where'd you end up going?
I was like, I didn't care about doing my birthday.
No, you gotta enjoy life. Like we're on borrowed time, so try to enjoy it as much as possible. Like you get new experiences, you meet new people, you know how to communicate better with people. It just helps overall.
Which is why, like, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, just don't stay home and watching TV and playing video games and eating unhealthy.
No.
Like, get out there, like you're saying. You guys are saying socialize.
Yeah,
Which is
socialize.
good point. Which is a very good point, because a lot of people, like you said, they don't know how to socialize. They're very awkward.
No.
Unless you're trying to be, you know, a video game developer, you know, you gotta take a break from the video games and.
Or you
About
know,
there.
But you still gotta socialize, because what if you run into someone they're doing the same thing you're doing? You would never know if you don't know how to communicate with people or socialize with somebody else.
Real
You know?
talk.
wow, that's true. That's a good point. And like, that's why I would say spiritual. Try different things. Oh, you never done dancing? Go to a dancing class.
Yeah.
Or you never done boxing? Go to a boxing class.
Yeah.
You know, you never done a networking event? Go to a networking event. Then just go with, create your own networking event. Create your own groups. Find your person. Find your people. And then when you're just trying so many things, eventually you're gonna love something that you do, and then go after that.
Yeah.
So that's my take. What's your take
Straight
on it,
facts.
Pastor Nathaniel?
Straight facts.
We all pastors today, huh?
Yeah. We're preaching today.
My name's Nashawn. So.
Pastor Nishan, Minister Nishan,
Nathaniel.
Evangelist Nathaniel. You even got a Bible name.
This
so.
guy, bro. Okay, bro. Caleb.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys pretty much hit it on the nail. You know, I think, you know, praying about it for sure, and then definitely doing like a lot of stuff, because, you know, you can pray about it, but if you're sitting on your hands, then, you know, how can he lead you when you're not doing nothing? And then
Faith without works is dead.
exactly, and then doing all those things, one of those things is gonna pull you in the right direction. Even if you go to a salsa dance class, somebody hits your car. Hey man, what the frick? You know, I'm about to go on the way to this director thing. Hey, you want to come? You know, obviously that wouldn't happen because you just got into a car accident. But still, you never know what might happen. You know, who might crash into you figuratively, you know.
Right.
And you might go on this entirely different direction. You know, I'm doing stuff for Caleb, you know, just photos and stuff, videos, and then now I'm going this entirely different direction with the media company.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Because, you know, I had a lot of people hit me up. Hey, man, who be doing your videos and pictures for Instagram? Hit me up. Like, one of my boys, shout out to Mimo, he's getting married. He hit me up. He's like, hey, bro, tell Nashawn, bro, he gotta flick up for me, you know, because I'm trying to propose to my girl. So, like...
Hold on. Did he already do it?
Yeah, he
Okay,
did it.
alright.
Yeah, he already did it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't tell
yo, he put him on blast.
I was about to say, what if she sees it before he even does it?
Mimo. Oh, man, I don't want to get married with you anymore.
Ruin the surprise.
Right, yeah.
No, but yeah, I'll shout him out. But so, cause like him and I, Nashawn and I, we've met so many people that we never would have thought we met. I ain't gonna lie to you, I met a lot of cool people from church. I met Don, Azer, Josh Feedless, my comedian. I met them at church.
Real talk,
I didn't
bro.
expect nothing,
Yeah.
But like,
I think that's in general too. Like I meet a lot of people. Like when you enjoy life too. Like back to that pillar. Like when you vacation, especially if you go on a cruise, everybody's there having a good time, and you start talking to people. Like when the last cruise I went on, I met a bunch of engineers, and it was like the whole company was there.
Bruh.
And like you wouldn't know until you conversate with people and like just if you're having a good time, just conversate with people, and people you'll get to learn people, you know how to socialize, and you just never know who you'll meet, you know. So
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true, man. You know, same thing with, you know, talking them dames, man. You never know what it's going to lead into. So, you know, you might as well just say, hey, introduce yourself to a nice lady, you know. It might go into a relationship, bro.
Mhm.
That's facts.
I met one of my girlfriends at a football game, bro.
never know who you run into.
You never know. And I was trying to get another girl that day. I ended up getting with her friend. So it goes to show.
Wow.
What can happen?
Anything can happen. You can run into anybody.
Yeah, you can.
You might be talking to people right now. You might not know what they do for a living, and then when you finally do figure out, you're like, dang, I didn't know you were like a multimillionaire, or you ran this company, or you were doing that for a living.
Dang.
You just never know.
Yeah, like, remember at PSSC, I never knew you were a multi-millionaire when I was talking to you.
Real
I was
talk,
like,
man, bro.
yo,
Real
you?
talk. Anthony Bent, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Multi-millionaire, bro. I never
I'm-
thought, man.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
And
I'm working on getting
And then
there.
like later, he's like, yo, oh yeah, I do this. I own real estate in Miami. I own this and this. I'm like, dang, you a multi-millionaire? You ain't seen nothing.
Whoa, bro. Relationship coach, bro. Multi-millionaire. Best
And
loan
relationship
officer,
coach.
bro. I said, yo, that's crazy,
You
man,
guys are
bro.
hilarious. No, I'm not a multimillionaire.
Billionaire,
working on it.
sorry. Okay, bro.
Sorry, bro.
Jeez,
Dang,
man.
bro, you ain't gotta come at us like that.
Nah,
Oh my gosh.
man.
Hey, yo.
getting there.
Man, chill out, man. Speak into existence.
Yeah,
You are-
speaking into existence.
You are that
yeah,
guy,
I'm gonna,
man.
I am
We're
that
all
guy.
them guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
are,
not there
man.
yet.
Real
We're on the
talk.
way.
Yeah,
We're on
Real
the way.
talk, man.
we're on the road getting there.
Yes, we are. Well, guys, my brother, that's it for me. What do you have, man?
Well, this is just about the time where I say some out-of-pocket stuff, but
Okay.
you know, I think I'm gonna hold off for now. Is there anything that you wanna tell the people or tell anybody who's struggling through life right now? You know, one final thing.
Your final message.
My
before
final
we out.
message. I would say just enjoy life. Like, I mean, don't take life for granted. That's just my biggest thing. Like, I don't take anything for granted in life. Every day I wake up, I'm grateful. Every hour I'm grateful because, like I said, I know we on borrowed time, and there's a lot in this world that we got to see, and I want to see it all, you know? So
Wow.
I would say just enjoy life as much as possible. Responsibly, of course.
Responsibly,
Like, I'm
yeah.
not saying go out and max out your credit cards and travel around the world and then go bankrupt. Don't do that,
and
but
then blame him.
yeah, don't blame me. But just enjoy life. That's just my take. And be prayed
Enjoy
up.
life. That's
Yeah.
the name of this pod.
And
Enjoy life.
stay prayed
Yeah,
up.
real talk, man.
Anyways, thank you for coming to Winning Lives. This is a beautiful, great episode with my brother Anthony Bent
Yes, sir.
and my co-host Nashon. See you
sir.
on the next episode of Winning in Life.